The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Guardian Radio AM. Today is Thursday, March 26th. It's a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. Once again, this is C.A. Newry and I shall be your host for today. Today, we're doing civic duty today. We have the president of the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association in studio, Miss Wendy Pointier. I'm welcoming her back to Guardian Radio.
Thank you.
Well, always a pleasure to have you here. But I want us to pull back because I know you have an event. But because you're here, and I know we tend to talk about Alzheimer's and what it means to this growing public. But I learned something recently, and that's why I said I got to have you come in studio, because what I learned took me took me aback. It got me scared. I know you're not a doctor. Right? But I know you volunteer and assist with Alzheimer's inside the Bahamas. But I want to know did you know that they're saying that what the next name is? Dementia. And Alzheimer might be a type 3 diabetic type thing. Did you hear anything about that?
Yes.
Put the mic right directly in front of you. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, sorry. That is one of the things that we talk about. But let's first of all get the idea of the dementia and Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a type of dementia. Oh, okay. Dementia is really talking about a brain debilitating diseases. And so you would have different types of dementia. You have the Lewy body dementia. I think persons have heard about Bruce Willis.
Yes.
And so, that's the type of dementia that he has. And then there's vascular dementia. Then other types, but
I
Alzheimer's...
didn't realize there were different types of dementia.
Yes, and Alzheimer's is the most prominent type of dementia. Most persons who present with dementia, over 60%, they would have the Alzheimer's. And it's all dealing with the brain and debilitating brain functions. And so those persons who usually have vascular, they would be ones who probably maybe had a stroke, closing off of the blood vessels, and that is what's affecting the brain. Lewy body usually deals with types of behaviors. You see persons who may be changing their behavior. Maybe they would have been persons who would have been, extrovert. They would have been out there talking, or persons who would have been meticulous with taking care of their accounts, their finances, and now all of a sudden they're missing paying bills. Bills haven't been paid, those types of things. But and then the Alzheimer's usually deals with memory loss. And usually you would find that persons with short-term memory loss, because they could remember things that would have happened years and years and years ago, but you would not be able to remember things what would have happened yesterday, day before, that type of things. And so you could find also persons having 2 or 3 types of the dementia at the same time. But what we look at mostly here is Alzheimer's. But we also include those other types of dementia because we know, persons can have 2 or 3 at the same time. And again, it's dealing with brain degenerative or affecting the brain, diseases of the brain.
So how sugar get involved in this? Because they say sugar in the brain causes some type of dementia.
Well,
type thing.
because of what, when we talk about with diabetes, again, I'm not a doctor, so I just, from what I've read, and how with diabetes, how it affects the blood vessels. And so those types of things. But, they also say what is good for the heart is good for the brain. And things like exercise, proper diet, ensuring you're staying away from things like alcohol and smoking, all of those things that are good for the heart, they too are also good for the brain. So we have to be aware of those risk factors. And we know here in the Bahamas, we already have high comorbidities for diabetes, hypertension, those types of things. And so since those things are already within our society, we can know that, hey, these things are now going to also be impacting our brain functions. And this is why we have to be aware, make sure that we do our testing, make sure that we take care of ourselves to make sure we remain healthy so that we can lessen the impact of Alzheimer's on our bodies, especially as we get older. While they say aging is not necessarily a determining factor, because we know that we have persons who are presenting at earlier ages, 40, 50, they have early onset dementia, but we know that the likelihood of getting the disease. And so you usually see it happening in persons after they would have reached the age of 60, 70, like that, the deterioration in the brain.
So, Ms. Pointer, you've been the president of the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association for how many years now?
About 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, that's we started in actually in August 2020, in the midst of the pandemic. We received certification from the Bahamas government. We are a non-governmental organization. We're registered with the Bahamas government. And so it was then that we received our walking papers, if
Your
you
charter,
want to use it.
yes.
Yeah, right.
So-
right. We're also a part of the Alzheimer's Disease International. Alzheimer's Disease International is a part of an arm of the WHO, the World Health Organization. And so we are aligned with the WHO, World Health Organization, and that is where we receive most of our information, and we get our dictates of what are things that we need to be doing, things that we need to be aware of. And they have over 120 chapters around the world. We will be going to Lyon, France in April for our international conference. We have it every 2 years, and this year it's going to be in Lyon, France. So I will be representing the Bahamas at that conference there. And they will have wide-ranging discussions, the new research that is happening about persons who even have dementia, because they have, in some countries, they have the Dementia Association that is run by persons who have dementia, early onset dementia or Alzheimer's. And so they will also be there. Interesting things with other organizations around the world that they're doing. So it's an opportunity to network, and also an opportunity for us to learn about some of the new things that are happening and treatments.
As a everyday thing, what exactly is your mandate? What do your organization do in the Bahamas?
Here in the Bahamas, we are here to educate, advocate, and to assist those families who are impacted by the disease. So those are three main things that we're doing: advocating, educating, and assisting.
Let's talk about the assisting. How do you assist people, families who don't have supporting people with dementia, and also those people who have dementia?
Well, we have a support group, and so we're fledgling. We're just starting now to see if we can make sure we get it a little bit more firm. We have the support group that mostly are made up of persons who already have family members with Alzheimer's and dementia. And so, sometimes persons they think it's only them. They think they're all alone. But we know that you have persons who are also going through this journey. and they can give you help. They can give you hints, tips. We also have a number of physicians, doctors who are part of the group who are also able to assist and to give information. And so what we're really doing there is trying to support those caregivers, support those families with information, providing them with every year we have what we call our Hope Drive, and this is where we are able to collect funds or items like the adult undergarments or the creams, pads, those types of things, ensure things that persons who are really impacted, and we are able to give them to those persons who are really in need. We have also assisted groups like Hands for Hunger, where we know if persons are not able to get food for themselves, now they have to decide. I can buy food or I can buy the pens for Grammy.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think it take?
Tough decision.
Okay.
Especially
you
for working
understand?
class people.
Exactly. And what we have also discovered is that it is impacting women more than anything else because, first of all, women are the ones who usually would get dementia more than men.
Really?
It is more, yes. Women have a higher rate of dementia than men. Then it is usually and so that would be the one who has to say, okay, if I have to get off my job in the daytime, I got to run home to check to see if Grammy all right. Then I got to go back to the job. Or they may even have to stop working, give up their job. And so they are the ones who are usually the caregivers, the ones who have to do that heavy lifting. And then, of course, they're the ones who are, again, mostly impacted. And so it is for this reason why we are also pushing for a national dementia plan. Let me tell you something, CA. In 2017, the Bahamas government signed on to the agreement at the World Health Organization that we would have a national dementia plan. This was something that was done with all countries who were part of the WHO. And the Bahamas was also one of those countries that signed on. Well, that was 2017. It's now 2026.
Yeah, we're waiting. Waiting on a lot of stuff.
Okay. So this is one of the things, again, and with regard to advocacy,
Yeah.
that the association is trying to push. We started discussions, that would have been around last year, in 2025, 2024, 2025. For some reason, they kind of petered all out. I just had a recent conversation with the minister, and he promised that, yes, we are going to get back on track. Hoping that before the end of this year, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get back in track. And even if we do not have a standalone dementia plan, that maybe it could be subsumed or included into other legislation. I know they have the old age or the age per persons legislation that is on the book, so maybe we can have something subsumed in that. But what this would do, the National Dementia Plan, it would ensure that we are planning for the future. We know right now, and these are statistics, indicate that there are about 2,000 persons who are infected by the disease. But again, we know that those are the official numbers. But of course, we know persons, because of the stigma that is associated with the disease, and some people, they don't even want to know. You know, they don't want to know if they have it or not. And their families, they just, forgetfulness, or don't worry about that, But, we don't believe those statistics are accurate, but we know if we can extrapolate from our worldwide statistics, we know that the numbers will, in fact, triple by the time we reach 2050.
Yeah.
And so we anticipate that by that time, or even before then, there will be over 66,000 persons fully impacted. What are we doing? Do
What
we
are
have
we
a
doing?
plan? How is this going to impact our healthcare system? Because you need to have the facilities available. We need to train our doctors because, believe it or not, are not aware of the symptoms for the disease. They're not aware. They believe that Alzheimer's is a natural part of aging, which we know it isn't. So doctors need to be trained on how to deal with persons who have Alzheimer's and dementia. Will our social services be able to withstand when we have the persons, families who are not able to cope because it's very expensive? We already know we don't have facilities
No, no.
that are able to accommodate, and we don't have persons who are trained, who are able to take care of our family members. So how are we planning? What are we doing about it? And these are the things that we need to have put in place. We need to have proper education. We need to have, again, planning even for us. How are we training members in the financial service sector when they see somebody coming in with a woman and saying, because we know we've had instances this before where they're
Sign off the whole,
depleting their bank accounts because some unscrupulous person, because they're thinking, oh, okay, I'm supposed to give somebody $20, and they come in there and every day they're giving them 20, 30, 40, 200, 5,000 because persons are elder abuse or taking disadvantage of persons because of their, the cognitive decline.
So let me ask you, how can the public help? How can I help? I know you mentioned undergarments and support like that. I actually, my wife had a godmother who was going through some challenges with dementia, where the loved one basically forgot everything.
Yeah.
They just there, and the idea of taking care of that person full time, because you have to stop working, you have to be there, right? The hospital complains about people
dropping them off
dropping
and
them
leaving.
off. And
the
then
hospital already can't, again, we're not planning. Are we planning?
the behemoths say, how can you just leave your loved ones there and not check? But
Oh, my
when you
goodness.
think that you have to work,
Yeah.
you have to get supplies, how do you bring your loved one home and you just cannot take care of them?
And nowhere. No, and you're not first of all, you have to make sure your housing, your facilities
It's
are
safe just for them.
Exactly. Because we have so many, we hear the instances almost every week of somebody who is lost. They
Yes,
what
can't
they
find a loved
call
one.
wandering,
Yeah.
because they've gotten away from the home and they've gone walking, and unfortunately sometime when you find them, they've already passed that
transition.
type of thing, or they come upon something that
But
is
what is it that I can do for your association, like me? Just a small guy. I ain't got much money. But in terms of, say, I need these things on a regular basis to help you with your...
Well, first of all, we want persons to be educated. So we want you to educate yourself, eh? And then, of course, you as an individual, you can make sure you try to reduce the factors that can impact and can lead to Alzheimer's. We know that there are these risk factors that we talk about with taking care of ourselves, our health, our diet, smoking, drinking, those types of things. You can do that. You can try to see if you could release or lessen the impact and the burden on society, and also to educate your family and let your family be aware of certain things. Get yourself tested. Get your screenings. These screenings can happen when you go for your annual visits to your doctor, or, let your doctor know, let your physician know, your primary care physician know that, hey, I want to get my screening. I want to see if I am presenting that type of thing, so that you can be aware. Because once you're aware, you're able to plan. And the better you're able to plan, you're better able to know you're able to do. But then on the other side now, after you've done all of that, you can give to the association.
Yes, I want to hear about that.
Yeah, we can give to the association. Actually, this weekend we have the ideal opportunity for persons to give.
Let's talk
We're
about that.
having a purple party.
Purple
now
party.
we know people talking about all kind of party these days. They say no red
the
party.
red,
They
yellow
say
party?
red party. No, no.
Is it a black party?
This is a purple party. This
Okay.
is a party with the purpose. A party with a purpose where you're giving back. And actually, this year we are doing our party in honor of Alpheus Hawk Finlayson and Dawn Finlayson. And anyone who knows the Finlaysons or who knew them, both of them actually have passed away now, and both of them had Alzheimer's.
Yes.
But if you knew them in their heyday, they were the ones who, when the party started, they're the first ones on the dance floor. So we're doing this in their memory and in honor of them. So we're having a party. It will be held on Saturday at the Balmoral Club. And we will have the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Band who will be playing. So you know the music will be licking, as they say. So remember those days, especially we're asking those persons, if they can remember those days, those cat and fiddle days, those silver slipper days, maybe not that far back. Maybe we're talking about the, Old Island Bar. Or, you know what it is, Newry.
I'm familiar with the Old Island Bar. Yeah,
Okay, you
yeah.
do know all of them,
Yeah,
those clubs.
yeah.
So when the music lick off, the good Bahamian music, good soca music, all that other kind of music that we can dance to and dance the night away. So this is what we're doing in honor of them, and we're
So
trying to raise our funds.
We're
That will go-
celebrating Alpheus Hawk Finlayson, and we give another name?
Dawn, his wife.
And Dawn, his wife, yes.
Yeah.
I believe I may have been the last person to interview Alpheus Hawk Finlayson.
Wow.
And as on air, as I interviewing him, right? And of course, he was thanking me in mid-sentence, right? And I know that he was going through his struggles,
Journey.
his
Yeah.
journey and everything like that. So I remember he touched my hand, right? And we went silent for a bit. And he said, I forget. Right? And this is live on Guardian Radio as we speak. And I said, no, man, I understand.
Yeah.
He said, no, man, I want to do this interview. Right?
Yes.
So give me some time. And now I had to be in conversing until he was able to come back and continue the interview. So I this honoring means a lot to me because
Yes.
I remember I wasn't with him through his journey, but I was there for one incident in his journey. So to commemorate him and to remind people of how great he was in
Yes.
terms of what he did in history, right? How much is for this ticket?
It's $60.
$60.
$60 for the ticket, yes. And you will have a night of fun. We have food, we have drink. We're going to have party favors. You're going to have a really good party time. That's what this is all about. This is a fun party time. And you can bring everybody. You could bring the persons who might even have the early stages of dementia. Let them come out because we
And have
know
some
that
fun.
music
Yes.
is one of the things who are going through dementia or Alzheimer's. When you sit down with them and you start playing those old songs, they can sing, they can move, they start moving. Studies have shown that persons within some of the homes, once they start playing the music, those old people now, they wake up almost because that is something that they remember. They also talk about persons who, especially if they used to go to church, you start singing those
Yes,
hymns.
yes.
They are right there and they can sing every word. So we want to have everyone coming out and enjoying themselves, having a good time.
So you mentioned food. Is food be on sale or does food?
No, we
on-
know this is part of the
The
ticket.
food is a part of the ticket.
Exactly.
I mean, I pay
Hello.
$60 and dance and have food
And drink.
and drink too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
It's a special.
Hello, we want everyone to be able to come out and enjoy themselves, yes.
So it's this Saturday, you said.
This Saturday,
time does it start?
7 p.m. at the Balmoral Club. They have valet parking there for us as well, so you don't have to worry about trying to find a where to park. You could come right there. We have the valet parking. And again, like I said, we have the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and everybody know who about the Defense Force. When their pub band lick off, you can't sit down.
No.
Well, we have tickets that are available. You can give us a call at, I'm going to give you the phone number right now. It's 535-4260. Somebody is there right now waiting.
Give me the
We have
phone number again.
535-4260. and you can call, and we have the tickets there available for you. So they will let you know where you can come and pick them up, or if need be, we would even deliver.
Yeah.
So you let us know. We are ready right now to sell you these tickets to get you there at to be there for the Alzheimer's Association Party with a Purpose at the Purple Party. Wear your best shades of purple.
Purple is the theme.
Yes.
So does the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association take donations?
Of course, we take donations at any time. Again, if you call that number, we'll be able to tell you. We have a bank account at Commonwealth Bank in the town center mall. So persons, if they wish, they can go and make a deposit there at that account. So we're ready anytime, and you can. That's with cash donations. But if you have, because we always, like I said, within our support group, people are looking for things like, they need to have maybe the hospital bed, or you would need to have other types of supplies. The other day somebody was looking for the mattress. They can't stay on that hard frame.
Yeah.
So they have to have those types of things. Wheelchairs, if persons have those, we've had donations of those, and we've been able to assist other family members. When another family member we had who passed, and their family said, okay, we're going to give all the stuff.
And whatever
and
it
so,
is. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and so we were able to pass that on to other persons who needed it in the group. And so that's what the support group is all about as well. And so, we always need volunteers.
So how do I get to join the support group?
The same number,
okay.
you can call, and we will add you to the
you to
group.
it.
It's a WhatsApp group.
It's a WhatsApp group.
We also have our Facebook page.
What's your Facebook page?
Bahamas Alzheimer's Association on Facebook. And then we also have our email, Bahamas, BAHAMASALZ 242 at Gmail. You could also
So I can contact you and ask some questions and say, I want to be a volunteer. I want to drop off some stuff to you. Do you have a physical mortar and brick?
We do not have a brick and mortar right now. And if anybody's out there, I'm putting the word out there, if anybody has a space that they are able to let us have use of, we would so appreciate that. Of course, we have to make sure that it's like someplace on the ground floor, because you want to have easy access for persons. But any space, any opportunity that you wish to have, that you wish to give back to the association, we certainly are looking for those types of things so that we are able to, physically meet. Right now, we will have to go and if we have our meetings, we usually meet at different locations. We'll have to, rent out a space, that type of thing. But, when we've had assistance in the past, the BCPOU Hall, we had meetings at Fox Hill Community Center, and so we are thankful for those persons who would have assisted us as well. When we had our caregivers workshop, which was also with the assistance of the Rotary, they were able to, help us with our caregivers workshop, bringing in persons to talk, giving help to caregivers, letting them know that they are important, and treating them to a lovely day for themselves, giving them tips and hints of what they need to do to make sure that they care for themselves.
Okay.
We've also had assistance from places like Dilbina and Lowe's, who have assisted us with getting the supplies.
Okay. So I'm talking to Miss Wendy Pointier, who's the president of the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association.
Yes.
They're having a big event this Saturday.
Yes.
This Saturday, the big event, the Purple Dance Party, in honor of Alpheus Hawk Phillinson and Dawn Phillinson, his wife. Saturday, March 28th at 2026. It's going to start from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. $60. $60.
That's
All kind of food and drinks included as you dance with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force pop band there. Give me your phone contacts again.
The phone number is 535. That's 535-4260. 535-4260.
And thank you very much again, Miss Pointer. Anytime. just reach out to me. I'll make space for you. You come on.
Yes.
We can talk about Alzheimer's. We can talk about dementia.
Yes.
We can talk about supporting your group. Just reach out to me.
Yes,
Okay, we can
definitely. Thank you so very much.
My
We certainly
pleasure.
appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay.
This is Guardian Radio AM. We're going to take this quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back.
Okay.
Sign in and have a seat, please. They'll call you in for your x-ray shortly.
That's why they call it a waiting room. You won't have that problem at 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiologist can conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Girl, Junior just showed me Bella Boy on his phone.
What you mean? He take picture of that good-for-nothing boy?
Shh, you don't want Bella here. You say that. You know she always say that's my good child.
So what he doing in Junior phone?
Oh, he there because the police looking for him. He on their wanted list.
Wanted persons in your phone now?
Yes, child. And when police want to find anybody quick, after something happen, they can send picture direct to your phone. Go to Google Play or App Store and search for Crack Crime Bahamas. Then pick install and it will go straight to your phone.
There is also a section on missing persons.
Yes, girl. Everybody needs to get this app so police can tell us right away when these people go missing. Just like an alert system.
Yes, it has numbers for Crime Stoppers Bahamas, so you can call and nobody knows it's you. Call directly to Miami and give the information without giving your name or anything about you. I tried the other day, and when I hear Junior and his boys talking about where they hide those guns, I walk quick round the corner and call that number.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Food, fun, and family. You know what time it is, Bahamas. Time for good food, sweet treats, big laughs, and family fun. The 82nd Bahamas Red Cross Fair is back. Saturday, March 28th at 12 noon at Lower Government House grounds. Enjoy mouth-watering Bahamian dishes, exciting games for all ages, a vibrant kids corner, and live entertainment that will keep the energy going all day long. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. The 82nd Bahamas Red Cross Fair, where the whole Bahamas comes together.
New roads and airports are connecting our islands. Energy reform is bringing electricity prices down, while young Bahamians are stepping up, gaining new skills for new opportunities. Respect for workers. Support for entrepreneurs. We're modernizing energy and infrastructure across our islands and preparing Bahamians to succeed in a new economy. Transformations this big take time. Let's choose progress. Paid for by the PLP.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Hey everyone, get ready for a night you won't forget. It's Z-Live's Far Back Friday Party with host Shivago Lang. Friday, March 27th, beginning at 7 p.m. Join us at Sapodilla Estate for a night of 80s and 90s music, dance, light bites, and refreshing drinks. Get your tickets at the Nassau Guardian between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. $50 per person. Cash sales only. It's Z-Live's Far Back Friday Party. Real music, lots of fun, eats and drinks, and oh so cool vibes. See you there.
This is definitely the time for BAMSI to continue to build on the progress that we've made. There's now drone technology. There's now year-round container farming. You have hydroponics. You have aquaponics. You have precision farming. There have been record numbers of enrollments, record numbers of flat fishing certifications. We've had record enrollments in our online courses. Students from across the family of islands. Because in BAMSI, we are not just cultivating produce. We're cultivating producers.
Paid for by the
This
PLP.
is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Guardian Radio AM. Of course, it's the CA Newry. Continuing the rest of the show. Let me do this. It says, get ready, Bahamas. Cartwright Nassau is hosting a warehouse membership drive this Saturday, March 28th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Peach Street, Montrose Avenue warehouse inside the old Milo Butler warehouse building. Shop online at cartwrightnassau.com and collect your groceries at our temporary warehouse location, fast, easy, and convenient. Not a member? No problem. Sign up or renew your membership for just $5 for the entire month this Saturday only. Get personal assistance with online shopping, enjoy same day order pickup, sample new products, and grab a free goodie bag while supplies last. Plus, Battery and Tire and M-Tech will be on site with exclusive deals just for Cartwright members. So come out this Saturday, visit us at the old Milo Butler warehouse off Montrose Avenue, explore the savings, and experience what Cartwright Warehouse is all about. Be one click away from the best deals. Shop cartwrightnassau.com today. I wonder if anyone sees that one family is going to have their big celebration parade. I see they're planning it. I mean, I did ask Norn to come on the show. He ain't reached yet. I reach out 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I mean, they stop answering their phone and all. But I mean, I still want one family to come on. I'm just saying, if somebody know Norn, say, call a Negro. Come on the show, man. I want to talk about one family and the victory and thing. I think they get the seed money. No, when you get a payout when you win, I think they finally get their prize money because they celebrating big, right? I mean, they might be the only one who get the prize money, but I think they get the prize money. Anyway, moving on as we continue the show, I see that a senior police officer was arrested and charged for they used the word murder, Americans murder. That's what he's going to be charged with, right? I know the U.S. ambassador said he's pleased with the charges. I know our prime minister issued a statement earlier. I'm going to be talking about that. Sometimes I find that at times I'm the only one complaining about things, and people start calling me a negative Nancy or I overanalyze things. But I'm a man with principles. So some things with normal Bahamians tend to be afraid to say. I can say it because Newry ain't scared of nothing, right? Let me give you why I vex, why I'm concerned, why I'm going to bring this about. There are several constitutional positions in the Bahamas, right? I think the Prime Minister is a constitutional position. I think the Attorney General is a constitutional position. I think the Chief Justice is a constitutional position. And the Commissioner of Police is a constitutional position. That means they work independently from each other. Right? Nobody can direct, tell, instruct anyone in these positions. The Prime Minister cannot instruct the Attorney General what to do. When he gets confirmed as attorney, he or she gets confirmed as Attorney General, they work independently. You don't cross the boundaries and have the political interference with the Attorney General pursuing their job, even though he's a political figure also, right? Appointee through the House Assembly and whatever it is. The Commissioner of Police may be the only person who can arrest the Prime Minister. I might be wrong, you can tell me. Now, the Commissioner of Police can instruct one of her officers, say, hey, go lock that man up for whatever charges or whatever it is. But the Commissioner of Police may be the only person in the Bahamas who can arrest a Prime Minister for whatever charges it is. And then when you see our Commissioner of Police getting feed cake, when you see our Commissioner of Police being given instructions from the Prime Minister, see, that's where I get a problem with. You can't be instructed because your job is over here and my job is equally as important because I got to keep you in check as you keep me in check, as everyone keeps in check. But when you see that lines become blur. When it seems as if the commissioner of police is one of the boys. I mean, she's a girl, but one of the boys inside the group, part of an affiliation. I just get uneasy. Right? Because it can't be that. Like I said, they're independent. So I find it uneasy. And I remember I got a critique saying, no, Newry, it was when the U.S. Embassy issued a statement that they're expecting some kind of recourse or whatever it is, that you have no other choice but to expect the Prime Minister to say something. I say, you could say something, but you can't instruct. Because what if the commissioner said, no. It sounds like she might have get dismissed. I just feel uneasy about it. I feel uneasy about it. And this is where I think constitutional lawyers, this is where I think experienced commissioner of police should come back and say, hey, you can say some things behind closed door. No, you can always pick up the red phone and say, hey, you see, we're getting some pressure here. We're getting some pressure. You need to do something. Right? But I ain't gonna publicly, I can say publicly embarrassed, I ain't gonna publicly say anything that could undermine your authority. That's how I feel. But of course, like I say, some people don't see things like how I see things. I just want a better Bahamas, I want a Bahamas envied by the world. I want a Bahamas that leads the Caribbean. I want, when they say the word Bahamas, they don't picture Barbados and picture Jamaica and stuff like that, right? They don't picture Cuba. They say, man, they have the best people, the best system with checks and balances there is. There's no need for the U.S. ambassador to say, hey, I prepared to send some FBI help to help you with this investigation. See, that's insulting to me. What you mean help? I don't need no help. You all need help. We have a higher detection rate. Let us send our professionals down there to help you all. You all have issues. But the idea that you openly volunteer and say, I don't really trust what you're doing, I can send some help because your issues down there, right? I see the phone lines blinking. I'm sure someone could around me as usual. But I say, I can see it. What you could do? They then give me the space, the whole hour to talk with it. I can talk until they say I can't get off the space no more. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, CA.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Now, you know you don't need to stop it, right? I know you're reading, but you need to stop it, right?
Stop what?
Who appoints the Attorney General and Commissioner of Police? And
Pause and let's talk the Constitution. You see, I call the word Constitution. I ain't calling nothing but no point. No, stop. The highest law in the land is what?
It's supposed to be.
I didn't know supposed. Just start again. No, pause. Let me ask you again. You talk about suppose. The highest law in the land is what? Did you answer?
No, I know that. I don't know that hard, but you were pretty much.
No. The highest law in the land is the Constitution. The Constitution give way. Hold on. The Constitution give way to what the Prime Minister is. The Constitution describes what the Bahamas is. The Constitution tells you what the Commissioner of Police can do. The Constitution tells you what the Attorney General can do. And the Constitution said these things are separate and there should be no instruction, full stop. And then all of a sudden you say, no, in Constitution you have no power.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you know, in the Bahamas it doesn't work that way.
I don't know about that. You say it doesn't work that way. I know it's supposed to work that way, and I can lobby for it.
You see who removes the commissioner. You see who appoints the commissioner. You see who appoints the Attorney General and who removes them. If I could fire you,
let me pause you right there.
If I could fire you, how could I give enforce?
Let me pause you right there. We can have the conversation. I do not know if the commissioner of police have a timeline to be moved. I believe there are overtures done by the Prime Minister to say that you should move Commissioner of Police. But if the Commissioner of Police says, I ain't going no place, I believe, someone can call me, correct me.
That's how it works.
I tell you, I believe, and someone can call and correct me, I believe the Commissioner can say, I'm not moving at this present time because I'm constitutionally protected. But overtures can be made and say, man, if you leave, and you can tell me if this happened, I can give you an ambassadorship and give you your pension. I can give you all these things to convince you to leave. And I'm not saying that has happened, but coincidentally, A number of them is get packaged.
We'll be seeing it. We're seeing it played out like that. But CA, on this matter concerning the superintendent, I'll be responsible. I see a lot of Bahamians are coming down on the U.S. and they're talking about they're comparing, the way Bahamians are treated by our own government versus how the Americans are treated. Because after that press release, you see how quickly that superintendent was brought before the court and charged, right? That's record. That's record setting. 3 days.
I think the preponderance of the evidence was clear, and that's why it took so short.
That one is unbelievable. I shouldn't say it's unbelievable because I know the U.S. don't mess around. When it comes to their citizens, they don't play. But until what we're supposed to be doing is lobbying for this same type of treatment from our government as Bahamians. We had a situation where we had Bahamians who were gunned down and shot to death in Haiti, and we couldn't even get their remains. You remember that?
Did we get the remains yet?
I don't know whether we got it yet. But this is the type of lackluster. See, we have governmental officials, right? We have them. We have governance. We are paying them a good salary and everything. But all that is pump and pageantry. They have no power. They have no concern for the Bahamian people because you see it happen. We have scores of Bahamian families who are still waiting for the outcome, for justice concerning their children who were gunned down by police. But I hope, I'm sorry, but at CA, I hope that this ruling and this case sets a precedent on the way we deal with off-duty policing, especially those ones who have guns, and any police-involved shooting. I really believe that we should have now either a blood test or a breathalyzer test in every instance concerning these activities, because we've seen it. How sometimes some people have to tell me, "Oh, that's the police." You can't believe it the way they're behaving, especially when they have that gun to their side and off duty. But maybe we need to look at restricting them. For example, if you have a gun, issue a gun 24/7 on you, you should not be able to take that into a club. You should not be able to be drinking, consuming alcohol. You should be alcohol-free when you have that gun. You should not be allowed, because you can't do it. When you go to work in uniform, you cannot drink. Well, you shouldn't drink while you're on duty. So it should be the same application should apply, and perhaps we'll see a difference. But this is we need to lobby our government to treat us the way we're treating and stop coming down on the U.S. for doing what they're supposed to be doing, protecting their citizens. That's how it works.
I appreciate
But we don't get that same type of thing. And it is record-setting when you see a matter involving a superintendent being pushed through the court so quickly. That's power. But that power came from the U.S. and not the Bahamas. It was us. If that was a Bahamian, we'd have still been waiting to hear on the investigation to complete.
Thank you.
But the U.S. don't mess around.
Thanks. Clever, I think the power came from the Prime Minister telling the COP, the cop, what to do, saying we need to investigate this and be open. From there, everything just fast forward. See, I a little uneasy with that. In reference to police drinking, I think a senior police can give authority to fellow police officers to drink, right? And you can correct me if I'm wrong. They can give the authority. The authority from high ranking can say you can have one beer or have a shot, right? In reference to off-duty police officers, I'm not sure if a police officer could be off-duty. So I wonder if there's going to be any civil suit and wrongful death as if, in reference that if the police officer is acting on the job or what is off-duty, and can a police officer be off-duty, right? That's something we need to have that discussion. And perhaps we'll have an open discussion about that so we could understand moving forward. Let's go to the callers there. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Newry. Cleveland prompted me to call again. Listen, man, this situation, I don't have a problem. See, there should be a protocol, right? And so if you're drinking on the job, alcohol being a stupefying drug, what it means is then with situations like that, then there should be a charge of endangering public safety and life, because it's no different from a pilot, et cetera, because you're in a stupor it impedes the way you think. And compounding factors is the superpowers that they put on when they put on these uniforms. You see what I'm saying, Mr. Newry? But, you know, like Cleaver said, a brilliant piece was written by Human Rights Bahamas, right? And they were saying exactly what I was saying for almost a decade now. The gospel according to the police, without independent overview, oversight, ballistics, etc., etc. They asked for a review of the most recent cases, but for me, I would ask for a review for the past 30 years. Even could go back 50, you know, because what I'm saying is, with the case with Bradley Taylor, go into your archives and look and see what happened to him. He was turned over at the airport by the FBI, never made it to CID, but I don't even think anybody was charged. It was an article there, but he was charged, but he was suspected of enriching an armored truck officer lost his life. But what I'm saying is, we can't live the gospel according to the police under monotonous narrative of in fear for their lives without documentation. Total BS.
Okay,
you know, when Cleveland knows, I give him some personal information, and I called to also confirm that I knew the wife of Cameo or Shadrach, the guy from Abaco, to a mutual friend. The body was returned, but I don't think the other guy. But the thing is, I was told by her friend that they tried to bribe her for $20,000 to get the body back. Yeah, that's what I was told. And so, being Haiti, why should I disbelieve that? So, you know, and thanks to you for highlighting the weakness of our government as it relates to us. You know, we are on a plantation. Our lives means nothing. Why can't we face it? And also, as it relates to the Constitution, like I said, Mr. Newry, you don't need, a blind man can see that the Constitution exists. And those positions you talk about have tenure. But the fact remains is, with other parts of the Constitution, if you're not willing to uphold it, it doesn't exist as you have seen as a citizen and a global chief on the plantation, man. If these things don't exist, you're not willing to fight for them. Look what they're doing with our passports and our nationality and all the different things they're doing with shanty towns and all that. How come nobody's talking about passing a simple shanty town act or squatters act?
I appreciate you, 52. It's now the end of the show, caller. Oh, I see y'all, but I gotta go. This has been Guardian Radio AM. I anticipate tomorrow's show is going to be interesting. It's going to be a long voice note that I want to interrogate and analyze. It's about the Bahamas moving forward, making up the Bahamas. I entreat you to tune in tomorrow, to join me tomorrow. Up Live, Z Live with Shivago Live. Have a wonderful day.
New roads and airports are connecting our islands. Energy reform is bringing electricity prices down, while young Bahamians are stepping up, gaining new skills for new opportunities. Respect for workers, support for entrepreneurs. We're modernizing energy and infrastructure across our islands and preparing Bahamians to succeed in a new economy. Transformations this big take time. Let's choose progress. Paid for by the PLP.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app for Bahamas.